Number 8. Santa's little helper.
Greetings, lamewads from the past. I have come back in time to reveal the events of the future.
Less yelling, more foretelling.
My first shocking prediction is, in 2016, the Nobel Prize in Economics will go to Bentor Holmstrom.
Why would anyone care if we predicted that?
Do you have anything a little more impressive?
Donald Trump is going to be president.
Less impressive, less impressive!
Germany beats Brazil in the 2014 World Cup. Disney buys Fox.
And then they both go under?
No, they're both absorbed by Panda Express. Pretty much everything now is Panda Express. That makes sense.
I get it.
Ooh, orange chicken.
Have you also come across that reel randomly where the cartoon Simpsons, made in the year 1989, predicted the future very randomly, and all the things discussed over there are actually happening right now? It happens with me a lot of times, and I'm just left baffled as to how did they do that, and what are some other predictions that they have made for the future, like henceforth from 2026, that might be concerning to us, considering all the other predictions that they have made are actually happening right now. Even those things can happen in the future. And when I dug deeper into this topic, I realized that they have talked about World War III, some other president of the US taking over after Donald Trump. By the way, they also predicted Donald Trump, which we are going to talk about right now. And I dug into the history about the writers of the show. I went through the round table of the writers of the show. I went through the scripting of the show and how did they actually decipher these things. And I decided to make an entire video out of it because I really wanted everyone to know how did that really happen, and I also wanted you guys to know about some other predictions that they have made. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Before talking about how Simpsons predicted the future, let's talk about a few things that they have predicted that you might know of, but still I'll just let you know about them. The first and the most baffling prediction was Donald Trump becoming the president. This prediction they made in the year 2000 in the episode called Part to the Future. The second prediction that they made was Disney buying the 20th Century Fox. They made this prediction back in 1998. The third prediction, and this is the one that blows my mind, is that they predicted Higgs boson, the God particle, back in 1998 in the episode The Wizard of the Evergreen Terrace. And this Higgs boson or the God particle actually came into being 14 years later from the release of the show in the year 2012. The next prediction out of the well-known predictions made by Simpsons was the FIFA corruption scandal in the episode You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee. They made the prediction that Homer becomes a World Cup referee because all the other official referees are arrested because of corruption. Just 1 year later, in 2015, DOJ indicted top FIFA officials for wire fraud and money laundering. Simpsons also predicted video calls and smart watches back in the year 1995 in the episode of Lisa's Wedding. We see people making phone calls through their smart watches when this technology only got widespread around the year 2012, and the less advanced version of it was launched in the year 2000 when Microsoft Spot was launched. There are so many other predictions that I couldn't list in this video, otherwise this entire video would become about the predictions of the Simpsons. So I compiled an entire Google document out of it, the link for which you can find in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. If you want to go through the entire list, there are about 20 predictions that they made that I know of, and I have put them all in a document. If you want to check it out, you can check it out through that link. But now the same question arises: how did the makers of the show do it? How did they predict everything? So in order to answer that question, I went through the roundtable conference of the makers of the show, AI Gene, David X. Cohen, and the longtime writer of the show, Joel Cohen. And I also went through one interview just taken of Joel Cohen. The link for both of these conferences and the interview are there in the description and in the pinned comment. If you want to check it out yourself, you can do so through those links. But if you do not want to do that work all by yourself, I have done it for you. And here is what I learned. The first secret is that the Simpsons writers' room wasn't just filled with comedians. It was actually filled with something which fans call math mafias. Take David X. Cohen and AI Jean. They aren't just guys who just tell fart jokes. AI Jean went to Harvard for math at the age of 16. David X. Cohen has a degree in physics and a master's in computer science from Berkeley. In an interview with the Science Museum, David X. Cohen explained how this background creates predictions. He talked about the famous Homer Cubed segment where Homer enters the third dimension. Cohen didn't just throw random numbers in the background. He explicitly stated, I want to make those jokes that 3 friends of mine from graduate school would understand. I wrote a computer program for near misses to Fermat's last theorem. He put an equation on the screen that looked like it disproved a famous unproven theorem, specifically so that the people with calculators would check it and get confused. AI Jean added another layer to this. He told a story about the early days before Google existed. They wanted to put the 40,000th decimal value of pi in an episode. Today, you just Google it, but back then...
The thing where Apu knows the 40th decimal of pi was one that we put in. And it may seem like a pretty easy joke now, but back then you couldn't find that information right off the bat. You couldn't go on Google. So we had to, call a NASA scientist and have them fax the digits. And
Think about it. They were faxing NASA to get the math right in a cartoon. When you have people this obsessed with accuracy and science while scripting a cartoon episode, you aren't guessing the future technology. You are calculating it. Okay, but math doesn't take you to Donald Trump, right? So how did they do that 16 years before Donald Trump's presidency?
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
Well, remember when the last administration decided to invest in our nation's children? Big mistake.
According to Joel Cohen, this wasn't a compliment to Donald Trump. Instead, it was actually a roast. The episode's writer, Dan Greeny, was trying to write a future where Lisa Simpson becomes the president. To make her job seem hard, she needed to inherit a ruined country from the worst possible predecessor. Joel Cohen explained that thought process perfectly. Dan's first idea was President Johnny Depp. He thought, oh, Johnny Depp. Then he thought, no, that's too viable. It has to be the most ridiculous, idiotic name you could ever put there. So he chose President Trump. Let that sink in. They didn't see a vision of 2016. They looked at the year 2000 and asked what is the funniest, most absurd president possible. And hence came the prediction of Donald Trump. It wasn't a magic, it was actually a joke about how bad things could get, and reality just caught up to the satire. Then we have the Osaka flu prediction, which people claim is the prediction of COVID-19. Joel Cohen debunks it with something that he calls the cycles of history. He says that the writers weren't predicting the next pandemic, instead they were parodying the last one. Joel Cohen said we were probably 3 years after the fact of SARS. The world travels in cycles. So a lot of times it's that cycle of life that looks like there's a prediction. They wrote a joke about SARS. 15 years later, COVID happened. Because history repeats itself, the joke looked like a prophecy. But my favorite explanation comes from Rob Cohen, who explained the darkest outcome rule. He said comedy writers sit in a room and ask, what is the worst thing? The darkest thing? The most outrageous thing that can happen, and let's write that into existence. When they predicted faulty voting machines in the year 2008, it wasn't because they had insider info, because they looked at the trend of gerrymandering and incompetence and asked what's the worst way it could go wrong. As Cohen admits regarding the voting chaos, that stuff was in the water already. We probably got a little bit lucky. Finally, there's a simple math of it all. As AI Jean reminds us, The Simpsons has over 750 episodes. In the words of AI Jean, if you write 700 episodes and you don't predict anything, then you are pretty bad. It's the Texas sharpshooter fallacy. We focus on the 30 times when they were right, and we ignore the 10,000 jokes that they made which did not really predict the future, like the dome over Springfield on the digital Big Ben. So, how did they do it? First, education. They use real math and science, for example, faxing NASA. Second, they predicted the most ridiculous scenarios. I wouldn't name which one. but you know which one I am trying to say here. Third, volume. They throw thousands of jokes at the wall and eventually history sticks to some of them. But now, considering that Simpsons did not use a crystal ball for predicting all this, they actually used math and logic. So, what are some other predictions that they have made for the future, like 2026 and onwards, that might be concerning to us? I have made a list of that as well, which is there in the same document where I have attached the past predictions that Simpsons made. If you want to check that out, you can check that out through the same link. But I'm going to tell you a few here as well. In a 2016 episode named The Margian Chronicles, Lisa and Marge sign a one-way trip to Mars to colonize Mars, basically. The mission is run by a private corporation, not NASA, and the ship is plastered with advertisements. The colonists are untrained civilians looking forward to escape Earth. This prediction is quite concerning actually. The episode aired years before the current space billionaire race. It predicts that space travel wouldn't be a Nobel scientific endeavor, but a corporate ad-filled suicide mission. Mission for people who have given up on Earth. In another episode of 2016 named Friends and Family, the entire town of Springfield hires Marge to live in a virtual house while they wear VR headsets. In a montage, we see characters walking down the street with headsets on, ignoring traffic and even eating virtual fudge while sitting in empty, dirty rooms. This predicts a Ready Player One scenario where people prefer a fake digital world because the real world has become so depressed and boring. The image of Homer eating virtual food implies a disconnect with basic real biology. In yet another episode of 2016 named Treehouse of Horror XXV11, in a segment referencing to the 2016 election, a Campaign 2028 badge is shown, and the name is Ivanka Trump. This implies the establishment of a political dynasty. After correctly predicting Donald Trump's presidency, the show suggests that American politics will remain locked in the same family orbit for about 10 more years. 2016 was filled with predictions, wasn't it? The next prediction is quite concerning. In an episode aired in 2012 named Them, Robot, Mr. Burns realizes that robots are cheaper than people. So he fires every single employee at his plant and replaces them with an automated workflow. The episode highlights the economic devastation of a post-labor world. The town of Springfield falls into poverty because efficient robots don't buy goods or pay taxes. It predicts a future where efficiency destroys the economy it was actually meant to save. Simpsons also predicted World War III. It did. It actually did. In the 1995 episodes named Lisa's Wedding, the episode is set in the near future. Lisa's British fiancé says to all the Americans, "We saved our ass in World War II." And Mo replies, "Yeah, we saved our asses also in World War III. This joke implies that World War III is inevitable. The frightening part is how casual this reference is, suggesting that World War III happens, society survives, and it just becomes another historic fact that people argue about in bars. So let's see if any of these other predictions made by Simpsons actually come true in the near future. Well, I hope they don't, but just in case if they do, watch out. And I hope this video was descriptive enough for you to understand how the Simpsons predicted the future, and you learned about some other logical predictions that they have made for the future and how it might actually be very, very concerning for us, especially if Ivanka Trump also comes into politics, and then it is inevitable that World War III is anyways going to happen. But if you liked this video, don't forget to like, follow, share and subscribe. I keep coming every week to just bring you long form videos, and I'll keep on posting short form videos every day for you to just learn something new about the universe, about the world that we are living in, and that's it. Hope to see you again very soon. Bye bye.